And we're live. Welcome one and all. So, as you know, after several hours of feverish debate over a rumour that was never confirmed by anyone, just purely based on a Hollywood reporter, actually two technically, after feverish hours, we had Henry Cavill uploading probably the best thing I've ever seen online for ages. An Instagram video of him essentially, well, who knows really? But if you look closely, you will know. If you stop, take a deep breath, shut up, and actually pay attention to what has been said rather than what you'd like to think has been said, and also the actual video itself, you can, just like Sherlock Holmes, decipher the clues instead of being, I don't know, some comic book fan who, just because he's read comics for a few years and done a few YouTube videos and read a few, website articles about lots of things, he's suddenly an expert on how Hollywood works, legality and power broken. Because that's what it is. The simple fact of the matter is, Henry Cavill is contracted to one more movie. Now, it has been stated by a Hollywood reporter source, yes, they're so keen to be considered valid that they don't tell us who they are. They're just a source. So apparently they're kept in a fridge and they go well with chips and other lovely, delicious meals. They're a source. Well, basically what this source has said is that they have no plans to do a solo Superman movie, but he's not contracted to play Superman solo. And if that is the case, it doesn't have to be solo. The last two movies he made as Superman were not solo Superman movies. They were, first it was with Batman, introducing the Justice League badly, and the Justice League in itself, of course. This all stems from the other claim that Henry Cavill refused to do a cameo in Shazam. And he said he couldn't because of what's he call it, sort of schedule conflicts. Well, that wasn't confirmed either. That's just news, yeah. Now, the actual Instagram video itself is very short. It includes Henry Cavill with a slightly curly hair, no moustache this time, either for real or CGI'd out badly. Seems to be a recurring theme with DC, and yes, I am wearing shades at 3:47 a.m. in the UK, and I do look good under this. I could play Superman if he is leaving, which he's not. He's not. Let's pour some kryptonite over that. Kryptonite source. Another source from the Hollywood Reporter. The Hollywood Reporter is not Hollywood, okay? It's usually some little bullshitter behind the scenes leaking stuff, or someone who thinks they knows what's going on. And plans, even if they were true, can change in Hollywood just like that. You have egos. And I'm not just talking about the stars either. Directors, producers, you name it. You can have entire movies, not just planned, but actually filmed. Like the original Back to the Future. Eric Stoltz was originally Marty McFly. Virtually all of the film is already in the can, and they decide to go with Michael J. Fox. And you can actually find that. Yes, you can find that on YouTube. And I'm sure that's been an extra on DVD with Back to the Future. But this is Superman, of course. Now, in the video itself, you have Henry Cavill, as I said, curly hairs, no moustache. You have a Krypton, Team Krypton bodybuilding or something t-shirt. You're having lifting up a toy of Superman, himself, obviously. One of many great Supermen. George Reeves was the first TV Superman. Well, actually, was he? Well, he was the first popular one, at least. Then Christopher Reeves, and then Brandon Roth, and now that bloke who looks like Jerry from Friends. God. There's nothing like fucking Superman. He looks like Superman after too many kryptonite benders. You know? He looks like a pervert Kryptonian Superman. Anyway, so Henry Cavill is standing there going like this. Comedy music. If you can tell me what the music is, that'd be brilliant, because it's very recognisable with the sound of dogs barking to the tune of the music. Now, it's obvious that he hasn't left, because on the Instagram it says, exciting day, #Superman. If he had left or was leaving, do you think he would hashtag himself on his own Instagram as Superman? He would be an ex-Superman. That's like David Tennant claiming to people that he's still the current Doctor Who. He hasn't left. He's contracted to do one movie. And unless he's willing to fork out a lot of money to get out of the contract, or DC is willing to pay him a lot of money not to do another Superman film, which wouldn't be a very good reflection on him, which is ironic coming from DC, then no, it's all bollocks. You can see it three ways. Either Henry Cavill is leaving and he is telling everybody that he doesn't give a shit and he thinks DC are a bunch of useless pricks who couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery for alcoholics, or Henry Cavill is pouring scorn on the fact that it's all rumours and he's staying. Remember, Christopher Reeves actually, before he did Superman 4, was originally asked to do a cameo in Supergirl, bizarrely enough, and he still played Superman one more time in the classic Superman 4. The only reason it was bad was because the budget was slashed in half and a lot of the film was cut to shreds. And it was his actual film. It was part of a deal. If he returned as Superman, he would get to write and have an input in the storyline, and they would actually fund one of his non-Superman films for Canon Pictures, who don't exist anymore, just like DC. They weren't very good near the end. And unfortunately, I'm sorry to say this, if, let's say, they did make Superman a black Superman, it wouldn't change the fact that the DC universe is badly run. And that's the big difference between Marvel and DC. It's not very good. It's not worth anything at all, just like the rumours. And that's probably why he's decided, you have to admit, this is a bit of a big step for an actor to actually come out. So he has actually made his opinion known. Just not a complete confirmed, yes, I am leaving. And that's the biggest clue of all. So, to recap, #Superman, exciting day of Superman. Krypton bodybuilding t-shirt and a Superman toy. If he had left as Superman, Do you think he'd be doing anything to confirm it at all? No, there would be no hashtag. He'd not be holding up a fucking toy. And he would not be doing it in the affirmative, in the positive. And the comedy music is the poor scorn on the rumours. So that's my take, which I guarantee you are correct. Is correct. That's the trick. That's the correct grammar. I am right and the others are wrong. I think what we have here is basically people not bothering to pay attention to what was actually said and just jumping to conclusions. So I say he's got 1 or 2 more films and that's it. So yeah, it's good to be right. I've got the shades. I'm always right. Up and away.